Alright boys, October the 30th. This video here is going to be about some information concerning Nexus scopes. In particular, based on what I see, the first generation, you see it there, the 5x20x50 first focal plane. Okay, so if you're going to order one of these scopes, the information I'm going to give you might help you. Evidently, Element Optics has made an error based on what I can tell. I'm going to explain this to you here. The 3 boxes you see here are 3 scopes that I purchased. I'm going to rearrange them here. Let me turn this camera on. Okay, camera back on. Now this is 3 scopes, about the 2 on the left first. See that reticle right there? See that reticle in box 1? Box 2, see the reticle in box 3. APR 1C MOA. Box 3 I received it, and that's exactly what it had for a reticle. Now, see that number right there? That's on box 1. That's on box 2. The same number is on box 3. In my opinion, that number right there, in all likelihood, should have said 5002. I'll show you why I believe that here in just a moment. So if you've ordered one of these scopes, a vendor may be looking at that number to fill your order. And in my case, that may have been what happened, and I got the scope with a wrong reticle. I wanted a scope with that reticle. Okay? To find a first generation Element Optics 5x20x50 with that reticle, I've not seen a vendor. It's not even on Element Optics website. That doesn't even exist. There's an APR reticle that's MILRAD, but not MOA. This exists, and the EHR1D MOA exists. That doesn't exist in a MOA reticle on Element Optics website, and a lot of vendors that I have looked at their sites. Okay? My issue hasn't been resolved yet. I don't know what they're going to do. Now, I'm going to show you something here, and we're not going to talk about where I bought this scope. I'm just using this website right now just to show you. Alright? See that number there? 5003. That's the scope that I ordered. That's that one. And that one, but not that one, scope number 3, in which I received. Notice over here with the APR 1C MRAD, see that number 5001? There's the MOA reticle, like the first 2, 5003. There is a MOA reticle, EHR 1D 5004. Now, we're not looking at Gen 2. That's a Gen 2 number there. So we're not going to look at Gen 2. We're only looking at Generation 1. Notice there is no 50002. That's what that number right there should have been on that box, in my opinion, with that reticle. So be mindful when you're ordering these scopes. Especially if you're trying to order the actual true item number that you see right there, 5003, which is the cleaner reticle MOA. That's what I have 2 of. You see it there? Only the cross illuminates, unlike that one. Okay? Just be mindful. You know, these scopes ain't cheap. And then you start trying to ship stuff back and this and that to try to get what my situation is. I don't know what's going to happen, okay? I don't want this scope. I don't want that reticle. It's not what I ordered. I ordered a scope with that reticle. And I already had that scope. I've had 2 of them. I wanted a 3rd one. I like it so much. Okay? So we're going to see what happens. Element Optics called me via being relayed by the vendor where I bought it, asking me, you know, about this right here, and I explained it to them that I got the wrong scope. But notice the box actually show the reticle that was in the box, but that number on each box is identical. Well, you can see how an accident could happen, right? And the scope that I received, you can't even, based on what I can see, you can't even order it from a vendor. And the reticle is not even shown on Element Optics website in the 1st generation. Now it is in the 2nd generation, but not the 1st generation. And that's what I received, 1st generation scope. Okay. The scopes that come in all these boxes are identical, except for this 3rd one, the reticle is different. They're all MOA. They have the same light, parallax adjustment, all the same. But that reticle in scope number 3 is in error, meaning it's not matching up with that number right there. So they made a mistake, evidently, at Element Optics or whoever did their logos or whatever on their boxes, and they weren't aware of this, by the way. I can't believe I'm the first person. Maybe this may be a collector's item right here, boys. The scope that came in that box right there. I don't know. I just thought I would share this. You may hear more from me talking about this in the future, dependent, okay? If it turns out good, I'll do a video. If it turns out bad, I'll do a video. I'm an honest person, and I paid money for all 3 of these scopes, okay? That's going to conclude the video.